Life is flame, life is thread, life is sacred rhythm. This is a common teaching phrase among the Arreqqana, and it gives you a peek into a worldview where life isn't just a thing. It's a dynamic, interconnected, and secret pattern. Honestly, it's the perfect place for us to start. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the Arreqqana, and we're going to try and understand them by decoding the incredible philosophy they've woven into just a single object, their engagement necklace. So right off the bat, how can an object actually hold a philosophy? I mean, really? Well, that's the big question we're tackling. We're going to deconstruct this object, and you'll see it's not just a piece of jewelry. It's more like a blueprint for a promise, a tangible piece of what you could almost call spiritual technology that holds an entire way of seeing the world. So first, we have to understand the object itself. You see that Arreqqana don't just create beautiful things. They literally engineer meaning into them, and they do it with this incredible precision. So, try not to think of this as just a design sketch. See it for what it is, an engineering schematic. Every single measurement, every curve, every choice of material, it is all intentional, and it all works together to create a physical representation of a vow. The precision here is just incredible. That 40-centimeter circumference, for example, isn't some arbitrary number. It's specifically designed to rest perfectly in that little space between the throat, the center of your voice, and the heart, the center of feeling. Every single dimension has a spiritual job to do. And the materials they use are just as deliberate. This isn't just a list of parts, it's more like a spiritual recipe. That seagrass cord, it represents flexibility in the face of conflict. The copper wire isn't just for decoration, it symbolizes warmth and the ability to reconcile quickly. As they say, every single element sings with its own meaning. Okay, so now that we've looked at the specs, let's break down how these parts actually come together to construct the vow itself. Each component is telling a different part of the story, a different part of the promise being made. The necklace has 4 core symbolic parts. The main pendant is called a life bend, and it represents time bending and changing, while the witness, the relationship, remains steadfast. The vow knots, well, those are the core promises themselves. The clasp at the back is a reminder that commitments have to be flexible, and those little dangles, they're called edge whispers, and they symbolize the quiet, supportive voices of their community. Now let's look closer at those vow knots, because this is fascinating. Each one is tied using 3 distinct passes of the cord, which perfectly lays out the core tenets of an Arreqqana relationship. The first pass is for breath, which means sharing intimacy. The second is for bread, which represents providing care, and the third is for boundaries, a crucial promise to always maintain mutual respect. And get this, hidden inside the pendant is this incredible little detail. A tiny groove is carved into the inner rim, and in it, they place a pinch of soil from each partner's birthplace, mix them together, and then seal it with pine resin. It is a literal and symbolic uniting of their origins, their browns, forever. So you see, this isn't just a collection of nice symbols. The necklace is the physical form of a very deep and coherent worldview, and it's one that's fundamentally different from many others you might know. And this really gets to the heart of their philosophy. Where some of us might see life as a right that we possess, the Arreqqana see it as a sacred thread that continues through you. What we might call rights, they see as the community's duty to protect that thread. And privilege isn't something granted to you, it's just the circumstantial currents you happen to be born into. This all comes from their core concept of Kiano Werde, the living divine field. They believe that every person, every soul, is simply one strand woven into this massive cosmic fabric. So for them to be born isn't an entitlement, it's the universe extending itself into form, through you. What's so fascinating is how this core philosophy adapts to its environment. Across different regions, the necklace changes its materials and its rituals. The coastal people dip the pendant in brine at dawn. Up in the highlands, the couple breathes their shared breath onto the stone. The necklace speaks in different local dialects, but the language of sacred connection stays exactly the same. And this way of thinking isn't just contained in one object. It's embodied, it's worn, and it's performed in every aspect of life, which is what we're going to see next. To see this in action, let's look at the ceremonial attire of someone named Jaru Tarkaviev. His title alone, the Flame of the Ocean Heart, speaks directly to this philosophy of balanced, interconnected forces. Every single element here is another verse in the same poem. His hairstyle is meant to balance flame and tide. His sash has 3 layers, flame, wind, and peace, representing his family's harmony. The entire outfit is a wearable manifestation of the very same worldview we just saw in the necklace. And embroidered on his cloak is this powerful phrase, which serves as a constant, wearable reminder. Just like the materials in the necklace have meaning, the words on his cloak are there to guide his actions. Power must be balanced, and presence must never become consumption. So, after taking apart a necklace and a ceremonial cloak, what's the big takeaway for us? What does all of this actually mean? Well, what we've seen is that the Arreqqana don't just have beliefs. They encode them into the things they make and wear and share. Every single object becomes a teacher, a reminder of their most profound truth, that all of life is part of one single sacred divine fabric. And that leaves us with a final thought to take away from this explainer. Look around at the objects you cherish, maybe a ring, a watch, a book, a piece of art. If they could speak, what philosophy would they tell? What worldview is woven, knowingly or not, into the things that you value?